everyone. Today my subject of thought is LARPers explaining LARP. And that might seem like a weird subject to think and talk about, but it's not. For me and most of the LARPers I know, LARP is a difficult thing to explain. And that is because LARP itself is so hard to define because there's so many different kinds. There is an indescribable difference between LARPs in America and LARPs overseas, and even games that take inspiration from both different kinds. And even within LARPs in the US and LARPs overseas, there are still even smaller subgenres, and there's so many kinds. There's fantasy, there's LARPs with combat, there's LARPs with no combat, there's 100% no fantasy LARPs, there's LARP is limitless. If you imagine something and then make it reality by having roleplay and imagination, you're LARPing, man. You're LARPing. If you take on a persona, if you dress up and do what you love, even if it's having like this awesome paintball battle with friends, and if you take on a persona, you're LARPing. Like, if you invent a character, you're LARPing. And so for many people, they have a hard time grasping the idea of LARP and wrapping their minds around it, because we could explain LARP all day long, and we could explain so many different particular types of LARPs that they could possibly still see something that we call LARP and have no clue what it is, you know? Like, they could be like, what are those guys doing? You know, like maybe at Dagger Year, they're like, what's that? We're like, it's a battle game. You know, some people make characters, some people don't. You know, some people decide to role play and LARP, and some people are just there to hit each other, you know? And it's just, this is how I struggle to define LARP. So you guys, if you've made it through this struggling to word vomit all these possibilities, all these ways you could explain the different types of LARPs, even if you just straight up defined LARPing, which is just role-playing and creating a persona and being that character. There's just so many different kinds. So if you made it through all this, how do you explain LARP? How do you explain the kind of LARPs that you play? And how do you explain the kinds of LARPs that you've never played? I'd love to know. Make a video response, or leave a comment, or shoot me a message. All of these things are awesome. And have a great day.